Well, a warm good afternoon and a warm welcome to the final for Gongmana of 2023 here at the Kiama Sports Grounds. On behalf of ULTI.TV, my name is Daniel Clenton and welcome to our finals coverage, the live stream broadcast of Gongmana 2023. Inside Out Ultimates winner of Best Tournament for 2022. Mandy Lee and her team and the tournament organising committee have returned and put on a wonderful show once again. A brilliant tournament and a great deal of fun. It's been our honour to be here and to broadcast this weekend. Mandy just carrying the gong out onto the field. So the final will be best part. They will play Eunice's Kindies for the gong. Both these teams had a great time here this weekend. The Hawaiian shirts of best part, ever colourful and ever creative. Seems that Mike Neild has reached back into the cupboard and got another Hawaiian shirt. Genuine, I would say. Hawaiian shirts used to be all the rage. Now the wind, I think we need to talk about it. It wouldn't be a tournament on the south coast if there wasn't a bit of wind involved. A couple of years ago, we had a really wild time at Wollongong, just up the road. Here in Kiama, the weather has been very good. Now, the wind is gusting and it's going to make things very, very challenging. Eunice, the namesake of this team, Eunice will pull. Chung puts it in the air, and we get this final underway. Wes Lavelle will pick it up, and Mike Neild in the middle of the field. Lavelle again. Neild. Underneath. Just a foul call on the mark. Uncontested. Alicia Trois. Neild. Hammer provides the swing. Mortimer right there. Hammer instead goes to Flavelle, who looks towards the end zone. Shepherd. Neild bids. Turnover on first possession. Eunice's Kindies are going to get an opportunity upwind. And it will be critical, the upwind points. For that exact reason, passes are going to be very, very difficult. Going to the left of screen, Neild hangs it out there. He's done the washing, he hangs it out to dry. Great goal to Alex Shepherd. So 1-0, best part. Strike first. Notionally their O point, the expected outcome. That first point. Offense, of course, is supposed to be able to convert the point when they receive the disc on the pull. Not always the case though. And those break points can be critical. Today, it'll be the upwind points that are critical. There are times where the wind does die down, so it's not a constant gale, merely blustery. Alex Shepherd, disc in hand. Goes the outside in pull. It's a good pull. Mark Wee. Symbol, who played well in the last game. That gets Max back to Symbol. So it's play on. Can't catch your own passes, but as long as someone else touches it. And Symbol with the move, putting it towards Tran and Neild to the spot first. Neild going quick to Wallace. Pick call. We not having any chance to affect the play. Conrad Wallace will keep the disc and we will make up his ground. Shepherd low. It's going to be a game of this. Shepherd. Oh, and that's hot. Ryan. Too much spice. Centering pass. Now Pigeon. Symbol. Tran. Has options. Comes to Wee. Looks again for Tran. Pigeon. The reset option. Symbol. As there's a big gust of wind. Tran in front of a bidding Neil and Symbol. Jumps it in. Shepherd and Conrad Wallace both for best part gesturing, saying that Symbol was in. Great spirit on display. So Kindies. Eunice's Kindies. One all. Great to be back. Filming and commentating on Ultimate again. And this tournament has generated a thrilling matchup. Eunice's Kindies, just a strong performance all weekend long, and best part, we watched them a little bit yesterday. They play an attractive brand of Ultimate. The tag for his shirt fluttering in the breeze. Rips the pull and does manage to get it past Wallace. Shepherd. Looking a long way down the field. The 1-3-2-1. And there's the hammer. Otten gets the block. Shepherd not really wanting to waste too much time in getting the disc down the field. Richard Lai. Tran. Where's the contact from Wallace? And the disc, as it will do, pops up. Shepherd. Shepherd looking for Butler. And Butler had it in his hand. The chin strap is on. Seems like Dennis Tran is ready for this game. Calls Eunice Chung back. This is about as close to the coffin corner as you can get. Chung, oh, there's contact. It looks like it's been called down. Abdul Siddiqui will put it down. So Wallace picks it up. Happy to play with tempo. Hammer's open in the end zone. Sarah Hammer for the goal. For a moment, it looked like it did skim the grass, but it just kept flying, which is unusual. Unusual for a Frisbee. Normally when it touches the grass, it will stop flying. Good angle of it here. Sarah Hammer, supremely experienced player. So best part, defense downwind. Kristen Mortimer with the disc. She'll take on the pulling duties. Tough gig. Gesturing ready. Good pull. Mark Wee. Dang. Back to Wee. They break through the middle to Angela Pinchard. Wee. We use the reset of Pigeon. Wee plays inside the cup. Looking for that zone breaking pass. Pigeon on the sideline. Hands by Wee. Has the blade symbol. Confusion. Butler. Butler saying it went out where he's standing. Neil disagreeing with his teammate, saying no, it came back in. Neil trying to get free, high stall, so Butler has to huck it. Eunice Chung gets the block, then goes quick. Symbol. A good spot to be for young Tyrone Symbol. Looking for the reset. High stall, gets it off to Wee. Wee with the give go. Salia Mounoir in the corner. Mike Neal looks like he's happy enough for that to be called in. Goal is given. Eunice's Kindies. They jammed that in there. Tom Butler just needing to get that away. Everyone playing in a very condensed amount of space. sometimes how it can be. It gets windy like this. Anything beyond, a 5 or a 10-minute pass becomes highly unreliable, even for experienced and highly competent players such as those that are featuring here in the final for Gongmana. To all. Flavel comes to pick it up for best part. The face mark on Alex Shepherd leads to the thrower-initiated throw, and then the inside-out flick for a goal. Alex Shepherd, stop it. Downwind, that is some throw to the streaming Wes Flavel. I don't think the difficulty of this throw could be overstated. Shepherd makes it look easy. That is not easy. The effects of the wind on the trees around the ground. So whilst everything is all said and done, things are still on serve though. Everything been scored to the right of screen, so no breaks, no upwind scores. When that upwind break comes, if it comes, will be a big moment in this game. Neil ready for a while now. Ulysses Kindy still figuring out the play call. Mark Wee. Best part come with the zone. Dang. Back to Wee. And the long throw, probably the right option here. Chung gets in. Butler. Oh, that's going to pop up, and that's the turn. Best part, get the disc in an advanced area. Butler. Oh, Butler gives it straight on back. Wearing part of what looks like a house dress. Speed kills. Mark Wee. Oh, gives it a big old rip, and then Mike Neal doing what he does. Neal over the top of Symbol, and Wallace gives this everything he's got. Butler tries to come back for it. Dang, oop. That leading edge just getting in the wind. Ryan sends it back to Hammer. Hammer can't handle it. So Dang picks it up. Better on that one. We will go again with the flick. Sensing enough of the environment that he does not want to play short. And Neil gestures under. Oh, that gets deflected. Sadiq. Chung. Oh, has Butler biting on everything. Eunice Chung puts it up, and then Simple. The helix. Three all. Butler buying the farm on the fakes. Eunice Chung aiming for Saimudwa just doesn't get there in the wind. Symbol keeping awareness. Gets in there to collect. So the disc just basically stops in the air and then starts to come back the way it came. It took it away from the much taller Neild. Well, this is fun. The wind has now completely changed. Instead of coming from the top left, it's coming from the top right. It's a large amount of cloud also as well, a large cloud bank in the distance that, I don't know if it has rain in it, but it's certainly approaching at a great rate of knots. Three all. We're still on serve. Wallace caught in two minds, catch it, leave it, decides to leave it, doesn't touch it. So Wallace, Shepherd manages to make something happen. And then another throw that Alexander tries to get to. Scrappy old game at the moment. Yeah, I fancy there might be some rain in that cloud. Over beyond. You can see it in the background over the trees and across the water there. Things could get real spicy. Shepherd goes in the middle of the field to Wallace. Undercut for Gregory. Gregory goes back to Wallace. Well weighted pass in the end. And then Wallace reaches towards Alex Shepherd. The rising Elizabeth Chen who gets the block. So the disc walked back up. Still remain on serve. Or Dennis Tran just down low. Throw in, towed in. Very nice. So I will welcome to the commentary booth John Greenfield. Hello, John. Welcome. Welcome to Windy City.
It has become now. And we didn't see this level of wind for the whole tournament. Just in time for the final.
With the clouds gathering in the distance, the wind coming from that direction where we might get a little bit moist.
Oh, okay. We're expecting rain. I did hear there. Yeah, I know it's coming in. I didn't know it's going to be this early. Well, we could strap ourselves in. We could be in for some interesting times here. And
Wollongong certainly renowned for their wild weather. Have you experienced?
Oh my God! Look at that. Watch it, guys. Wow, we have a runaway gazebo, like a giant spider.
The Surf Lifesaving Club have lost their gazebo. And John and I, we're going to hang on to ours that we are sheltered underneath. I hope that hasn't done damage to those cars. That would be frustrating.
That was where I was just about to park. And I ended up parking into some shade just next to that.
My wonderful fiancé is parked over there, so I was just noticing that our car is in the firing line. I hope that they're able to get the marquee down. Probably should take the massive sail off and then try and do something with it. Back to the ultimate. Sadiq, combining.
Tight zone here, Dan. Do you think this is double team?
I don't think it matters because Angela Pigeon is going to pick up the score after the zone breaking throw.
Well, have a look at the replay. To me, it looked like they had like 4 players around the disc, and yet still they were able to slip a pass to the end zone.
Being so close. Potentially not realising who had what gap.
Yeah, and what's the tale of the tape so far, Dan?
All downwind, no breaks, game perfectly poised and completely even up to this point.
And which team has had the sniffs of most chances?
Really, there's only been one opportunity for best part. Apart from that, they've been few and far between. Best part did have a few moments where they might have been able to score, but Eunice's Kindies held strong, and they had the 8th defender in the wind there to help them keep out this charging team in some bright coloured t-shirts. And I see that you're here in support as well. You've busted out the floral jungle print.
I love it, and I've been told that the I didn't realise this, but a lady came up to me and said, "Oh, you've got an upside down pineapple."
Oh, really?
And it means that I'm available for certain things, which I didn't realise. But there you go.
I was aware the right side up pineapple meant something.
Okay.
But I did not know that the upside down pineapple also meant something.
Yeah.
There you go. There's meanings behind everything. And Flavel downwind, somewhat weird as Butler saves it. A pass through hands. Gestures under. Here's Dennis Tran. Moodwar goes. Otten. The big names getting involved.
Oh.
Turnover.
That hurts.
Wallace. He's going to throw a leading flick. And some throw. And then in the end zone, best part go down the field. 5-4.
Well, we just saw a sniff there, didn't we? And it was just an errant dump pass back to the centre that stopped their run upwind. And they look pretty sharp. Look, I think if they can string enough passes together, they don't need to. We just played in similar wind conditions, and we were essentially not allowing any throws in our half, and just getting it down there. And that's how our strategy ran. But they're confident enough, these players, to just work through their hands from any position.
The saga of the Wayward Surf Lifesaving Club gazebo continues. There looks like one of the legs is really, really bent, and it might even be stuck in the fence.
Yeah, I'd say those poles are, that's the end of that as an operatable gazebo. Now it's just how are we going to dismantle this bomb? They did the right thing though, Dan. They got the cover off first.
So Shepherd to pull for best part. Whoa. He's gotten every piece of that. That is a pull that you would expect out of someone like Chris Hill.
Wow. That was such a good pull into the wind. I presume there is a little bit of downwind. It's obviously side breeze here going into the camera.
Well, the wind recently has switched from the kind of onshore breeze. Would you call it an onshore breeze and an offshore breeze when it comes from the water?
Onshore.
Okay, onshore breeze. Has switched around into a completely crossfield breeze. And oh, there's a foot block for Mortimer. Shepherd wanting to get the game going. The pass is cut off. Neild is all alone in the end zone. Major oversight by Eunice's Kindies. That's the first break of the game. And it comes at a critical moment with 6-4 on the scoreboard.
Put that down to K-Moz there, getting a touch, I think, on that swing pass into the breeze. Let's have a look. And then, unfortunately, did not cover Mike Neal in the corner. And that's the corner you've got to watch. It's with the wind, so any pass going into the wind there, you've got a chance to cover. But if it's going downwind, you have no chance to catch that up. And it was lovely execution there from A-Shep.
Bold strategy by Eunice's Kindies, leaving Mike Neal unmarked in the end zone. Very bold strategy.
On the downwind side. All right, well, the first gut check here for the Kindies. It'll be interesting to see this. This is the first upwind offense.
They managed to extricate the gazebo from the fence, and they're just going to walk it back through the gate.
They're carrying it like a dead mammoth, a dead animal.
They went for quite the journey. Came from the beach, like down on the beach, and ended up in the car park. Glad, well, I hope that nobody got hurt.
Let's just keep a firm grip here on ours, Dan.
Yep. And Shepherd, potentially the opportunity created by his great pull, is uncorked another beauty. Tran. Oh. Great adjustment by Eunice Chung.
Okay.
Tran drops it cold. And there's players streaming to the end zone. Best part, they sense something. They sense an opportunity maybe. Shepherd. Dennis Tran walks in front.
And then off to the races. I thought he was going to run into the end zone there.
Tran. A large number of players around the disc, and then Chung is going to put it up against Neal. Has front position, and Neal. Shepherd. Alex Shepherd sees Danny Alexander streaming down the field. The wind just taking the life from the disc.
I could see the option there from Eunice, but it was going into the breeze, giving Mike Neal the chance to catch it up.
Good old-fashioned 1-3-2-1. Has probably half a dozen names. Well, that's some throw by Kevin Dang. Otten getting tangled for a moment. Chung just pivoting, throwing some fakes, and then Gregory.
I've got sympathy for this call. I can see that they are playing such a tight cup that, you know, it's very hard for any space to be created at all. But I think if you sneak in there, you should have a right to that space as the offensive player.
Both players trying to occupy the same space at the same moment. Some couple of players offering the hand signal to say that they have a perspective that they'd like to add. And the Kindies.
Yeah, I think there was some contact on that. He had right of space and she basically cut him off.
Yeah. So the foul call will be contested. Chung will get it back. Maximum of 6.
Now, just looking at the field positioning here,
Chung.
Yes, the same problem. As soon as it gets into the wind, it's going to sit up.
Neal wants the long throw. Doesn't come back in.
It's an interesting one. I think it did land just in. He was very lucky that it didn't land out and was coming right back to the end zone. Now there's a question on, and it'd be, let's see, yeah, it was very close to the end zone, so to the sideline here. Let's have another look. It's an arcing blade from Neal, and
slowing it down as much as we can.
Oh, yeah, it landed out. It landed out.
They're going to figure it out. They're going to come up with their own call. Tran.
So, if it... Oh, they've accepted it lands out, so this comes right back. Right to the end zone line.
And normally we talk about coffin corner being in your own end zone line. This is tough. This is probably equally as hard because you almost have less field to throw into, given that the back of the end zone's so close now. And yeah, everyone's in nice and close. Dennis Tran with a lot to do. He's going to try and get it to Sadiq.
Well, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't a double team amongst that lot.
And Shepherd, sensing the moment, goes to Alexander. Alexander with a great read on the disc. Settles underneath it and then through to Gregory. Best part, get the score.
Well, I think we've just seen the experience of best part there because they realise any turnover there, the fast break has to happen. You must get it away from your own end zone line. Do not turn it as the Kindies did in your own red zone. And Danny Alexander knew that implicitly, just ran long. A-Shep delivers the bomb that hits her in stride. And really the Kindies needed to just cover that. Forget everything else, get someone deep, ready for the long throw.
7-4, best part. Oh, to go upwind here. Dagger to the heart of the hopes of Eunice's Kindies. And the Kindies in this first half of... Well, at the moment they're struggling. And this is for the title of Gongmana winner 2023.
I think it's nice, Dan, too, that these very experienced and highly competitive players, they get to play a final, they get to feel a little bit of the competitive edge, you know. It's been a relaxed vibe throughout, but here's a chance to really lock down and play some pressure ultimate. So, you know, it's fun can have many shades.
I know from my experience, I've been in many a game that started fun and ended up being some of the most competitive ultimate that I've played. You know, one or two things happen, you think, oh, maybe I'll just rip in a little bit here. Maybe I'll just go a little bit harder, and then, you know, all of a sudden you find yourself in an absolute dogfight. Wee to Symbol, and Neil just going to try and test his luck.
Well, that was a lucky touch there from Mark Wee. I think Flavel was going to eat that up had he not got a touch. Let's have a look. Yeah, he was right in the... now, that would have been really... If Flavel managed to get that outside the end zone, that was going to be tough to stop. Now, Wee, though, has got the long walk back to the corner here.
A lot of time to think about it.
Yeah. Well, you may want to think about, that was a really hot pass he served up there. I know it's difficult conditions, but it really exploded out of the receiver's hand.
And Flavel going, shading across, nearly straight up, and Wee has decided that he likes the look of Symbol going long. Players on the far side of the field. Symbol, I don't think he'll get it all the way. Oh, it's dropping out of the air. That's caught.
That was superb work from 22 there. Let's look at this again. We realizing he had to bomb this. He had to bomb it. But watch the catch. Very nice catch there. Here we go. We're having a look now. We bombs. It's going to turn over. You know it's going to blade. But the receiver just getting underneath that. Then he's still stuck. This is still a really difficult situation for the thrower. A lot of players in the area. But chooses the open receiver and just gets enough dog on it into the end zone.
More dog. It's an IB-mism. If ever I've heard one.
Can't take Newcastle out of the commentator.
No, you really can't. And there's two of us here, so I mean, it was an inevitability that we were going to start to to draw upon our own experiences in this game.
our Steel City Blues.
We're dyed in the wool at this stage.
Yeah. So we've got 7-5 now.
Yeah, best part.
Right. So what do you? I'm thinking zone. I really do think a zone here is going to be worthwhile. I'm sure they're going to cook something up like that. They need a little different look. Let's have a look.
And I think stay away from the sidelines.
Yeah.
Oh, Moodwa.
Okay. It's short field. Now the zone is actually quite difficult. No, they are playing something here, Dan.
Horizontal set. And it gets the turn with Pigeon getting in front. Chung to Mark Wee. Wee looking for a reset. Pigeon's free on the break side. Eunice Chung can't get it to her. And now Tran.
What a throw.
Tran steps into it, goes past the mark and then lofts one. It's got the 9-iron underneath it. And Mark Wee has gotten to it. He then goes to the end zone, does Mark Wee.
I feel sorry for Mark Wee there. He had it, there was a gust that came up just as he threw it.
And a gust at the wrong time when you're throwing forehand can really affect the angle of the disc in your hand. Really change how that throw comes out. Wee generated a good amount of punch. Tran coming in. Can't affect the pass. Butler. Shepherd has Alexander streaming long. Instead, looking back into the middle of the field. Dropped by Gregory. Wee.
Well, was that a travel call there? I think that might have been a travel call.
I'm assuming so.
I think that's a tough call.
Called on Eunice Chung.
Now this pass is going to be difficult for Eunice because they're expecting it. Still gets it off.
Class. And Wee into the wind, looking for Tran.
Now they've got to protect the deep here. They must protect the deep shot.
Straight up for Tran on the mark.
Yep.
Yeah. Shepherd plays it from where it lies, gets it to Wallace.
Well, A. Shepherd will be filthy with that. He managed to hit Wallace in the bread basket.
Wee high stall situation. He's going to need to do something with it. The pressure mounts. Finds Dang. Now Wee getting up the line. And Wee shoots across the field.
Yeah, Mark is actually, the frustration starting to show here. He wants to finish the point early. I feel like one or two more passes, short, unders, and they'll be in a much better position. It's just so hard to shoot for the end zone from there. I think if you get to halfway in these high wind situations, really lock in and just work the disc to the end zone. Anything in your own half, sure. Look for those passes, as we'll see A-Shep. We'll say A-Shep doing whatever he can to boost this. I can't believe Mark Wee allowing a swing pass to Conrad. Yeah, he shouldn't have allowed that.
So Wallace has Hannah Gregory all kinds of open, decides to go the backhand huck. That's in the building site.
Okay, this is time for a breath. Mark Wee is a key player out there, and he's taking responsibility for the disc. Now he needs to lock in when he gets to halfway and try and work these unders. I think Eunice Chung is doing the right thing. She's looking for the short break spaces. It's not easy. Easy to be in commentary and say...
I'd rather be over here, to be honest with you. I've played in conditions similar to this, and I didn't really have much fun that day, and I don't imagine that it would be much fun today. It takes away so much of what we liked about Ultimate. One of those things is a well-thrown disc that sits nicely. At the moment, it's All dog, no beer.
What a throw.
Otten.
Nice.
Moodwa.
Here they need to work it. From here.
Otten asking for disc space. Otten. Otten still. Yeah. Out of the hand, look wobbly. And Wallace. Wallace is just going to put it up in the air and let the wind do the rest. And Butler settles underneath it for half time. And best part. They take the break 8-5.
Oh, well, they're just playing the barroom brawl better, which is what this game is. As you say, Dan, these are not ideal conditions for ultimate, but it's where your will to win and your craftiness can come in. And clearly, what we're seeing from Best Part is their better experience. I think if this was a no-win game, I think it'd be either much closer, or in fact, the Kindies would be showing their pace and skills a lot better. But I think Best Part here are out hustling them at the moment. They're playing the better win game.
Well, let's head to the break on that note. We'll be back with the second half of the final here from Gongmana of 2023. Don't go anywhere. So we'll come back for the second half of the Gongmana final for 2023. The windy final for this this tournament. Here live from Kiama. It's a little bit calmer than it was, I think, John. The wind has dropped a little bit.
And the players must be breathing a sigh of relief because they were some of the tougher conditions. Not only was it strong wind, but it's gusty as well, which just makes it that much harder.
Gusts of wind, of course, just affecting the disc. Consistent conditions you can deal with. When it's inconsistent, that's when it's can be a bit tough. Flavel has it. He'll pull. For the best part, they took half 8-5.
And just think of Eunice Kindy's here. There's a big opportunity to punch this one in downwind and get within 2 and then go to work.
High pull. Flavel giving it plenty of air. Symbol walking to it. And then Wee pivots through. Finds Chua. Chung. Lai. Better from the Kindies. Capable of playing zone offense in much calmer conditions. Hammer is calling this down.
I think that was up.
Possibly one of the best parts about commentary, John. We can have an opinion and it doesn't really matter if we're right, wrong, or otherwise. It's just like, hey, we look good from here. We're 50 yards away, it's fine, play on.
Yeah, we do get the benefit of the replay. And Rex's great camera work, so.
Looks like it'll stay with Eunice Chung. Disc will be played as up. Chua. Caught now on the sideline. Richard Lai. Wee getting into the cup. Lai at short range. Wee gets it. Fakes the scuba. Does throw the scuba and pigeon. Symbol. Kindy's looking for the opening. It's Symbol inside the cup to give go. And Symbol jumping another one into the end zone.
Great work, Symbol. He owned the end of that point. Give go at least 2 times there. Ending up with the disc in the corner. We'll get to see this on the replay. Symbol, the big pump fake. Realizes the backhand's on. Gets it again. And another one into the end zone. Hard to stop that. All right, well, the Kindies, Eunice's Kindies, they've done what they needed to do there. They got the downwind score. They brought it back to 2.
And I think we'll mention our sponsor, Red Bull, giving the players some extra energy. That extra boost of energy. Wings, even.
Yeah, well, great to be associated. Of course, Red Bull covering a lot of extreme sports. And tell you, we've got extreme conditions here, Dan, that's for sure.
Well, for the outsider looking in on Ultimate Frisbee, they might think it's more extreme than it actually is. It's kind of extreme in its own way, but certainly we're not jumping off of mountains or using parachutes.
Yeah, or driving F1 race cars. All right, so Kindy's here. I wonder what they're going to cook up on defense.
Well, at 8-6, good opportunity, fresh out of half. Put together a run of 2 points, find themselves 8-7. They're right back in it at that stage. Well, they will need to generate a block here, and Wee is given that a roost and equals Alex Shepherd's pull from earlier.
Wonderful pull. And look at this, they're set up in a fairly loose zone, but they've left that pass open.
And Shepherd.
And there it goes.
Shepherd completely unconcerned. All to planned as far as Alex Shepherd is concerned.
I wonder whether they can, the Kindies can just stop that easy swing pass and then put a really hard straight up force on the thrower in the corner, because they've essentially allowed A-Shep to free his arms up on those ones.
I think the wind is dying down, which is going to help things. Help the kind of ultimate so far. It's been more Chardonnay ultimate than Champagne. Sadiq, own end zone. Dang, Tran trying to get something. High stall, gets it off finally to Sadiq before Dang gets it back. Kevin Dang. Oh, tries to throw through the mark.
There's a foul call. It's claiming a hand from Wallace as he was throwing it.
Looks like the good old arm drag. Classic. Doesn't look like Wallace will contest that. And Dang has it.
Oh, what a grab.
Tran with the left-handed. And then drives that inside to Dang. And then Otten under pressure. Safe hands. Wee steps into it and throws a pretty good one. Simone Ryan arriving late to affect the deflection.
And just like we saw in the first half, that touch right at the end of the arc of the Frisbee from the tall Simone Ryan was enough to spare them an upwind goal.
Well, maybe the wind's not dying down as we're experiencing yet more gusts.
Righto, so have a look at this, Dan. So the A-Shep is claiming that this should come across, but no. It's an interesting call here. I don't know if we can get a replay to see where that one went out. Players are arguing. No, it seems to be resolved. I would really get up and not allow an easy pass here to Wallace. There goes a hammer.
Alexander can't get to it, so it's Sadiq who catches it. Saimudwa. Sadiq back to Mudwa. Tight match defense by Best Part. Great break pass by Mudwa. Alexander wants to get it going, so Shepherd to Ryan in the end zone. Best Part steady. 9-6.
Well, that was a bit of a scare for Best Part. Just one Simone Ryan touch away from an upwind break that would have brought him to 8-7. Instead, it's 9-6. And Simone Ryan, I would say double happiness there, catching that goal. And not easy too. It really was an up and down catch. All right, we're seeing now a little bit of the replay. A-Shep there to Simone Ryan. Made it look a lot easier than it was. It is quite strong wind out there. Well, nothing for it but the Kindies to hold here with their downwind and then come up with another plan. They did get the turn. And I would say if they can affect the same pull and put the Best Part into that corner and then stop an easy swing pass, they could put quite a bit of pressure on. You saw A-Shep there was reduced to trying a length of the field hammer, which ended up in the hands of the defenders.
Position, not possession. The aim of the game, or the name of the game.
Indeed.
For Best Part, they've been happy to throw deep and then play defense. Hammer to give this a bash. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, out of the hand, not great. Sarah Hammer doesn't feel...
And then she's got the zoom of shame. Ah, don't worry, Sarah, we still love you.
And it happens to all of us, I assure you.
This is still an interesting position from the sideline. This is still tough. Look at the separation from the thrower and the receivers here. You know, best part are not going to make this easy.
Chung breaking into the middle of the field.
Eunice Chung makes it look easy.
You're talking about how it's not easy, and certainly I think that that's true. Just that Eunice Chung makes it look easy, picks the pass, low release break, bit of wind, no worries.
Now I don't think the Kindies drew it up like that, but what they did was they committed a couple of receivers to the front of the end zone, which would committed those defenders and allowed that open shot. But well done, Eunice Chung. Had the vision to see that. Not an easy position. Well, they did what they needed to do. Now's the challenge. The first thing is to get a decent pull, and we're in our second female matching point here. So it'll be interesting to see how effective this pull is going to be. We've seen some unbelievably good pulls from the female matching players in this tournament. Such as the caliber.
And I think one of the great things about Ultimate is that, you know, with prescribed gender split came prescribed gender pull, and I think that was a great addition, that was. Otherwise, you just got these big boffing male matching players ripping everything, and I think that it adds just a nice dynamic to the game where, you know, the female matching players get to participate on equal terms. And I mean,
yes, as we've just said.
Maybe some of the male matching players need to take a seat.
Yeah.
And let the female matching players pull more. That's going to sit up. Symbol drags Neil underneath it. The opportunity for Eunice's Kindies. This is the one they need. They have to find a way into the end zone, because you don't imagine that they're going to get many more opportunities. We at short range to Symbol. And then the punch in. Eunice's Kindies are well back in this game at 9-8.
Oh, it feels like all of the tension has been released for the Kindies.
Huge, huge moment, massive opportunity. Best part, we'll have to go upwind on offense.
And this was all about that swing pass, mucking around with it in their own red zone, causing the mistake. It just takes the slightest catch of the wind. Suddenly you're facing a red zone blitz from your opposition. And they'd been so good in the first half of not allowing any passes in their red zone and simply bombing it.
Tyrone Symbol has been a revelation today.
As we see the kids at play there on the sideline.
It's a great time. Great time by all.
Yeah.
So the 2-point swing is on, John.
Yeah.
Having got that point there, Eunice's Kindies.
That's a gutsy position, yeah. I think Mark might have been better to get over on that left side and try and yank it into a corner with a sort of a bladey pull. What they've got now, they've given best part
20 metres and the centre of the field.
Yes.
It's Moodwire on the mark. Wallace to Shepherd. Ryan, Shepherd. Wallace. Tran jumps the pass, and then they cough it up, do best part. The turnover. And Eunice's Kindies have a strong line out there, led by Sadiq. And Sadiq, it's looking for Tran.
Look, I don't mind it, but boy, they had him on the run there. Could they have got one or more two shorter passes?
I do want to see more of a straight up on Shepherd. His ability to put the disc down the field is possibly what bails out best part here. So I'm not sure that short range zone offense gets it done. Shepherd close to the sideline. Wallace comes across, gives it a kick. Kevin Dang for the Kindies. Tran, there's a cut to the end zone. And that's it, the 2-point swing. It's now level at 9s.
Great work from the Kindies. And watch the touch here from Dennis Tran. We're going to see a really expert throw with the wind there. Okay, here's A-Shep. He wanted to bomb it. I'm sure he wanted to bomb it there. We had Conrad Wallace giving it a drop kick. And now the Kindies, again, not easy. None of this is easy. But watch this pass here from Dennis Tran. He gets air bounce. To get air bounce in that position that's expert control of the disc there.
I mean, it's bold to be air bouncing your throws in the wind.
You will see it here. Look at the touch on that. Excellent. Making sure of it for the Kindies. As I say, Kindies, I'm sort of saying kidneys. Help me out here, Dan.
No, you're on your own.
It's an elocution, isn't it?
You're on your own, mate.
Yeah.
I struggle in my own way when it comes to my eloquence and my pronunciation.
Right, it's just we again with the disc. Let's see what kind of pull he can come up with, a little bit shorter. Taking out a seagull. That's a very game seagull there.
Oh, there's a throw. Tran gets clunked. Contact from the front and the back.
Yeah, got a feeling. Let's have a look.
Butler just not running back with the flight of the disc.
Let's have a look. There was no problem from Tran. He just had position there, but he got a hip and shoulder from Danny Alexander, and I think that might have pushed him into the other defender. Both of them going down there.
Wears it like a champ, walks it off. Got the turn, so that's really the thing that matters when you're playing defense. Bruises fade, but glory's forever.
Like it, like it.
Chung has the fill cut from Symbol.
Oh, what a throw.
Cross to Kevin Dang. And Mark Wee carried so much of the throwing duties. Eunice Chung lays out and then steps up into it.
I don't mind that. She just did a couple of awesome plays. Sees Symbol long, and it's just so tempting to go for that. But what isn't that a hard throw? With that side breeze to get a flick to sit, you virtually need to just have maximum inside out on it to have any chance of it staying flat.
Wallace.
This is interesting again where he's bringing this up to anyway.
Yeah. Players are happy, so play on.
Yep.
Shepherd. Shepherd finds an angle. And going back is Dennis Tran.
Dennis Tran doing all the work at the back there, but that's exactly what they need. They need an agile player down the back.
Conversation between Danny Alexander and Dennis Tran.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's in the... Let's have a look. Dennis Tran, I felt he just had a line that he was using there. I don't have any problem with that.
Well, time cap sounds on the Gongmana gong in the distance. Otten with floater, dang.
Oh, he just grasses it.
Wallace. And Conrad Wallace putting up a hope and a prayer for Alex Shepherd, who drops it.
Oh, dropped the World Cup.
Shake of the head by Alex Shepherd.
Look, this was not easy at all, but into his breadbasket. He'll be very disappointed with that. Most players would have dropped that, but A-Shep is...
He's a cut above the rest.
He is.
Generally speaking. Chung. The fill cut from Tran.
Yeah, that
spikes it.
Explodes out of his hands.
It's so difficult, and now we're figuring it out. We're sorting it out. It's a bit of weirdness. Alexander making up her ground, taps the disc in, and Shepherd picks it up. Goes low around the corner to Alexander, who likes it. Shepherd can't catch that one either. And best part, score for 10-9. So, last point, not universe point. Shepherd gives the dab, signalling yes, game to 11. Love to see this go to universe.
Yes, that's what the crowd want to see here. A little bit of heads down from the Kindies as they walk back to the line. I'd like to see them getting really fired up. If they can score this, anything can happen. It's been a barroom brawl the entire match. But
bare-knuckled,
they have
rolling around on the floor.
That's right.
Has not been pretty.
But they're a very good chance of winning this. And the throwing skills is what is impressed me with the Kindies. Led by Eunice Chung and Mark Wee.
Alex Shepherd on the other side also provided some big moments, some big throwing moments.
Kamos with a disc.
Another good ball.
Yep.
For position near sideline, so not giving Wee too much room to work. Looks off Dang and then goes with the throw to space.
Yeah, it's like a disappointing first pass option when you're left with that. Key matchup here, A-Shep and Mark Wee.
Two Sydney boys familiar with one another. Giving Shepherd the forehand. He whips it, and that goes the length of the field. So, best part will have 64 metres in which to play defence.
Again, a game of position. And if you look at the net game, I mean, it's what they wanted from the pull, but now they've got it from a long shot. So off to Coffin Corner goes Mark Wee. And they're setting up for Horo, and this is essentially a match play here.
Simone Ryan standing a long way off the back. Just help over the top. Looking to prevent that huck. Wee, oh, he squares back up. This is not a good situation to be in. Disc is caught by Eunice Chung. Kindies in a world of hurt at the moment. Mark Wee rising.
Well, he did all he could. That was a great effort.
And he's nearly got it. Shepherd. The loud scream from Ryan. That disc is...
That is into the next postcode.
Dalai Lama, Big Banana, joining us from the accommodations up on the hill. Fetched up with them.
Once more, I don't think A-Shep is too unhappy. You know, he was glad someone going long. They're back in Coffin Corner. They almost got a turn off the first pass, except for an excellent catch by Eunice Chung. Eunice now coming back with this.
Tough spot to be. The turnover here, and best part, maybe win the championship.
Look at the receivers she has here, Dan. She gets it off.
And we, sensing the moment, puts everything he can behind it. Simone Ryan just playing off the back. Gets it into the middle of the field to Neild. And best part, stringing some passes together. There's Sarah Hammer popping up. Neild. Oh, it's blocked on the short field situation by Chua. And now Chung. Have to fancy this is within range for Uni Chung. Kevin Dang. Chung comes back to get it. Leading the team from the front is Chung right now. Wants the throw and will get it no matter the cost.
They need to watch it here. Neild, long.
Shepherd. Oh, he's put up a really good backhand. Mark Neild is going to have to beat two. He can't beat two. Sadiq coming with help defense.
I think Kevin was very happy to see Sadiq coming in there.
Sadiq. Oh, he throws a wobbler. That one's better. As Pigeon gathers. Keeps it in bounds. All the way on the sideline though. He's just going to feed it down to Sadiq.
That was a good look. I'll definitely pay that. Even though Flavel was right behind him. He just got it around Flavel in the favour of Sadiq. Shows you the margins that they've got to play with in here.
Neild. Shepherd. Resetting to Neild. And then Ryan for big meters. Mortimer. Back to Neild. Shepherd. Flavel. Oh, it's stolen by Mark Wee. The battle continues.
There's an Oliver twist.
And Wee is going to put it up.
Oh, what happened there? Sadiq didn't go up. I'm not sure what he was thinking there.
It seemed like he was predicting the wind would take the disc, and then it didn't. Just very catchable. And Shepherd going to Ryan.
Thumbs up from Simone Ryan. She doesn't mind that. She realises, well, I've probably got a 40% chance of this thing sitting so I can catch it. But I'll take that and have the disc right down there rather than a turnover in our red zone. And here we are again.
In a dangerous situation for the Kindies.
What a throw. Great cut from Wee.
Wee breaking.
Oh.
And Dang drops. So Neild past halfway. And best part. Could be their chance. Neild. Neild jumps it in. He takes flight from the free throw line, much like Michael Jordan, and he dunks. He dunks on Eunice's Kindies. And that is the game. Mike Neild has done it for best part. 11-9 the final score.
Let's see that again. An amazing throw from Alex Shepherd, and that was very fitting. He's been the best male matching player on the field with Mark Wee. A great matchup. Eunice Chong, brilliant in there. Danny Alexander and Simone Ryan, deep threats the whole game. What a final. A real barroom brawl, Dan.
Oh, it was certainly a tough match out there. Both of these teams not able to play their preferred style of ultimate, having to resort to, you know, just getting the job done. 11-9, 11-9, best part win, Gongmana 2023. On behalf of ULTI.TV, thank you all for joining us. John Greenfield, any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up?
I think we've seen what is, I hope, to be a heritage tournament in Australia. Gongmana, organised by Mandy Lee. She's once again done a fantastic job. It's one of the most beautiful parts of Australia.
I've got a hot take for you. I think Mandy Lee, top tournament director in Australia, bar none.
Yes, and you know, even has to organise the team and the tournament. So hats off to her. Another great job done, and I'm just looking forward to the next edition in 2024.
Well, if you're wanting to play, you need to get your bid in. It is on invite basis, so and to give you some indication of the level of effort, Too Fast, Too Furious submitted a 6-page, single-typed bid for their slot. So we hope to see you next year, and on behalf of ULTI.TV and the production crew here, thank you very much for joining us. My name's Daniel Clinton, and we'll see you again next time.